very big difference between poor mentality and wealth mentality. The poor mindset of working hard and the wealth mindset of what we did. So we wanted to share that with you so you can go out and do the same thing for your own business and investing. Okay, welcome everybody. And today I have a very special guest for this YouTube video. This is Jesse Swede, and he is one of my joint venture partners. And I want to have a very quick chat with you all about how we met and the kinds of things that we're doing together and the results that we've had. So welcome, Jesse.
Hey, Mano. Thanks for having me. And I love the introduction. I love being described as having a wealth mentality.
You do, absolutely. I'm going to quickly share what it is that we do together, and then we'll talk about how we got together. But let's first introduce you and say who you are and what we do together.
Yeah, sure. So I am, simply put, I'm an English teacher, right? And I've transitioned that into a business where I'm more of like an English fluency coach, and I'm teaching businesses how to become more fluent, right? And so the thing that we're building together, being that you're an expert in mastermind quality, mastermind building, and my package of building fluency and developing fluency in non-native speakers, we're kind of merging those together and have created mastermind groups where people from all over the world connect and work on their specific goals to improve their English fluency and really take control of the language, something that's missing in most traditional English classes.
Yes, so I don't want to make this video too long, but what I do want to say is that Jesse is much more than an English teacher, and his methods are really amazing. So if you want to be better at English, if you want to be fluent in English and it's your second language, even if it's your first language, but if you want to be fluent in English, have a talk to Jesse because he does some really amazing things. But let's have a quick chat. We can put some links in the description as to what you do for people that are interested. But what I want to focus on today is the core mindset of working hard and the wealth mindset of what we did. And maybe you can also explain a little bit how we ended up meeting and how we got everything set up and how fast it went and how fast the results were from that poor mentality, wealth mentality perspective.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to learn in how we actually came together and the stars aligning essentially to like lead us in this path. But it started a long time ago, actually, and this just goes to show that like it's not always the fast burning quick results you're looking for, but it's the long term, just putting value out there and participating in different people's content. So I remember I first came across your page, I think, because I started doing organic outreach, and you are not being from a native speaking country. I reached out to you, and then you let me know that you speak 35 languages. So then I'm like, okay, you probably don't need my services. So,
but we still stayed in touch.
But we stayed in touch, and then it was just like, and I remember the thing that really I think brought us like crossed our paths was I started posting dad jokes on my page, and then and like language puns, being my audience are language learners. So, and then you would come up with a pun, to counter that, right? And then I'd have to respond to that with a pun, and then it would just kind of go back and forth. And we did that for a couple for a few posts, right? And I did puns for a couple weeks, just testing them out and like having fun with it. So but then eventually I had an idea in my group to start interviewing polyglots. A polyglot, if anyone's not familiar, is someone who speaks multiple languages. So I had interviewed, asked some people that I knew, some people that were really successful, because how do you become successful is something you watch somebody who has done what you want to do and then kind of copy their way. or, you know, get inspiration from them. So I had that idea, and I did a few interviews, and I reached out to you because I remembered that you were a non-native English speaker and you spoke all those languages. And
so just to
so
correct it,
I'm
it's
kind of
7 at the moment, not 35. Otherwise, who knows what people
going on 8, right? Is that counting Chinese?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, so then I asked you, as I did with my guests, you know, I want to give you a chance to promote or do whatever, you know, talk about what you do. And you said you organize masterminds. And then, like, I didn't even connect the dots yet. And I was just like thinking about it. It just kind of like was germinating in my mind, right? Until I reached out to you and asked, you know, said, I have an idea for a mastermind together. Do you want to talk about it? You said, sure. And then we booked a call, and it kind of, the rest is history, right?
And then we used what I like to call aces in their places, where everybody has their particular skill. And both of us have these complementary skills that we were able to use in order to be able to create something without getting in each other's way, which made it even more easy because we used that wealth mindset to find the right person.
Yeah, that's a great point, because like it's not like two English teachers with like different methods trying to like, you know, find a common ground or something. It's two completely different skills to create something new. And that's what's super beautiful about it.
It's interesting because I don't remember all of those details. For me, the most important part was the fact that it's interesting, the different perspectives that we have and the viewpoints that we have from it. Because for me, it was the fact that I was looking to set something up. And so I used my mindset to start thinking about what it was that I wanted to be able to attract that. And all of a sudden, there you were in my chats. And I forgot about the puns part. It's funny you mention it right now, because I remember it vividly now, but I don't see it as a part of the progression. And for me, it was important that I was looking for a certain kind of person. You showed up, I was interacting with you. And even though you were looking for somebody that wasn't me, and I was looking for somebody that wasn't necessarily you, but I'd set that out there, not knowing exactly what I was going to find, we stayed in touch. And eventually what I had in my mind manifested, and you manifested out of that. And so
that's awesome.
That's my perspective of how we stayed in touch. And the staying in touch to me is the really most important part. Very often people miss out on opportunities because they stay in touch with somebody for a short period of time. They don't set the intention in the first place, but then they don't stay in touch, and it will then disappear. So if you manage to stay in touch with people that you really resonate with, and there are people, because I have lots of Facebook friends, and there's lots of people that I initiate conversations with, but with the ones that it resonates with, I do what I can to be able to make sure that I can stay in touch with them. And then it can lead to this amazing kinds of partnerships that we've both made quite a bit of money from what we've done together. And it's like the manifestation just happened because of all of those things that we both described.
That's incredible. I love hearing that. I never knew about that from your perspective. You know, so that it's amazing how it just works. You know, how it just works. Listening to my perspective and then yours, and it just like seems that the magnetic connection was kind of in work. You know, and it just kind of, you were saying I wasn't necessarily looking for you as a partner. I wasn't looking for a partner. That's another thing to keep in mind, that like taking on a partner doesn't necessarily mean, oh, well, now I have like half or whatever percentage of what I would have. But that's not it, because you wouldn't have had that if you had continued by yourself. And that's a huge mental awakening, I guess, that I realized. I'm like, wow, like, you know, it's kind of true that what they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Except for, I kind of don't agree with that. I'm like, if you want to go fast, you might want to go together too.
Absolutely. And I like the idea of percentages with regards to working together with somebody else. So if you only have the skills to be able to make 20,000 from your business in 1 year. You can have 100% of that 20,000, or you could work together with somebody else and they're able to get you to the $1 million level. And if you then have 10% of that $1 million, would you rather have 100% full control, full ownership over that 20,000? Or would you prefer to give away a little bit of the control and work together with somebody that can get you to $1 million and you get 10% only of that? But they're also putting in 90% of the effort compared to your 10%. What would people choose? I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all in how you put it, right? You know, putting it like that, it's a no-brainer. And it's, I guess, a matter of like changing the perspective to like how we started a wealth mindset.
So I don't want to make this video too long, but this is what I wanted to share with everybody, that there is a poor mindset and a wealth mindset. And this is just one example of a wealth mindset. If you put all of the wealth mindset ideas together and you live your life on that basis, you're going to achieve the most amazing life you could possibly live. So if you can let go of some of that ego and you can embrace some of these ideas that might not be inside your comfort zone right now because it's not the way you've always done it, then you can cross over to the other side. So I really appreciate you coming to join us, Jesse, to share your perspective as well, which was very interesting seeing your perspective and my perspective, so that we're able to share some ideas around how everybody who's watching this video is able to implement some of that wealth mindset into their own lives and achieve some amazing results.
Yeah, and if I can just share one final thing, you know, just from the lessons I've learned through this journey is, you know, you don't have to have blinders just if you do organic outreach. Oh, this person is not in my direct line of my prospect, or this person. So, you know, there's no value in a conversation, right? There's always value. Our responsibility is to put value out, right? And then the universe, you know, at the risk of sounding, you know, woo-woo-y a little bit, the universe brings that back. That's the universe's responsibility, right? We give out value to get back. And if I can share a resource that has helped me with this with a wealth mindset, is the Millionaire Mind. I think it's called The Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I listen to it on YouTube, so you can listen to the audiobook on YouTube, but I recommend buying it and, you know, going over it again and again, because it's really helpful.
I would like to say to that very quickly to finish up then, that there is no such thing as too much woo-woo, as I would then call it, because again, that is the difference between a poor mentality and a wealth mentality. If you're willing to embrace different things, different ideas, and there's a lot of science behind it nowadays, that certain ways of being and doing and using your mind are going to lead to certain results. So if you can open up to that kind of thing, if you can open up to different ideas, then you can cross that line into that wealth mentality that's going to get you the results that you want. So yeah, I'm glad that you also mentioned that one. And I appreciate you being here today. And it's been amazing, the journey that we've been on and the different perspectives and the lessons that people are going to be able to get from this today.
Absolutely. And we're just starting.
Absolutely. We've still got a long way to go and lots of amazing things to achieve. But I hope that you understand the concept of poor mentality, wealth mentality, and we'd love to see you get more of a wealth mentality. You can leave some comments or get in touch with us. Join Jesse's classes if you feel that you want to improve your English, and we'll put all of the links in the comments below. Interact, let us know what you think, and yeah, here's to your success.